Turn a little heyo to a AO with a little shadow. A Captain-O? And then Robbie can start the... Is everything going? Yeah, let's hit the button. Oh, I'm sorry. I filled you up too much. Can't get drunk. Got places to go. No looking. This is the first time I'm facing this way, so I can't hide my questions. I feel naked and afraid.
You gotta get like a screen protector.
I do. Next investment.
I'm surprised you don't have one already, like on some weird, like, I don't want anybody to see my anything.
What are you saying I'm watching, Maura?
I don't know. Prolapsed anus.
Prolapsed anuses, feet porn, whatever it is. I like them all. So welcome, lovers and friends. It's me, your boy, Miss Everybody, and I'm joined today by my co-host.
Mar.
And we are joined by tattoo artist Tay. How you doing, Tay?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. This is Tay's first time on a podcast, so we're all going to be really nice to her. We're not going to ask her to stroke the gavel, Mar, even though she already tried. And this is the first time you're actually seeing my face, so I'm sorry I'm as ugly as I am. If you want, I can turn back to the right and make you guys feel more comfortable, just only seeing the side of me.
I just
No one said you were ugly.
But Mar's hinted at it.
Wait, what did you say?
I just don't know where to look.
Oh, I know.
You can look at me, you can look at Mar, you can look at Robbie.
If you need to make a point, you go right there. You're like,
Right, that setter
what
camera?
the fuck is happening?
Gotcha.
Yeah, like, why would he ask me to stroke a gavel? I really want to do it now, though, right?
Right. Perfect. She nailed it.
Nope, she had the Mar look. So how long have you been tattooing?
About a year and a half.
Really new. So were you like a drawer before, or sketch artist?
Yeah. I mean, I've always been artistically inclined. I've been doing that for a while, but yeah, the tattooing. I'm a baby tattooer. I'm very new.
What made you get into it then?
A lot of trial and error with careers. I think I just realized I did better in a creative field, and I kind of just went for it. I don't know. I just woke up one day and sent it.
Sent what?
Been
No,
sending
I
it
sent
ever
it.
since.
Sent
Like,
what?
I just the job.
Like life.
Yeah.
Oh,
career.
how old are you?
I'm 27.
Makes sense. She has the Mauras slang where I don't understand what she's saying.
You don't need to understand. Everybody else will.
But for the people that are listening that are like me that don't understand what's happening, we need a little bit of an explanation, Mar.
Oh, okay.
So I was actually in the medical field, and I was en route to be a doctor, and I was working in maternal fetal medicine. I loved it, but I'm also a very sensitive person, and what I do to escape is art. So I just kept doing that, and the pandemic happened, and the opportunity kind of like fell into my lap. So I gave it a shot, and I love it. It's like my dream job.
So you've bounced around a lot. So you told me earlier that you worked with Mara in nightlife. Mm-hmm. Did you go nightlife, nurse, tattoo, or?
So I was in school to be an ultrasound tech, and I needed a job that could work with those hours. So I started working in nightlife. So I was actually a go-go dancer and a bottle server. I did both. And then I continued into the medical field, and I did both still at the same time. But eventually the pandemic happened, and, you experience a lot of death in the medical field. It wears you down. So,
In ultrasound?
Yeah.
Like, I'm guessing that would mean like abortions, yeah?
What, Justin? No. Like
What?
So
Ultrasound for babies.
yes, but like babies die without being aborted.
Oh, well then
Yeah.
whatever
And
that's
it's even
called.
worse
Fetal death?
in that way.
Dead babies?
yes. So
I don't
Like,
know the lingo.
Imagine you're like going into a room and this lady's like, oh, I can't wait to see my baby, like in
Yeah.
my stomach. And then Tay has to be like, oh, actually.
yeah.
Well, I'm defending Tay over here. I feel
I'm
bad
just
for
saying.
I feel bad for them, and Mars over here saying that these are good things.
No, it's
Mar,
not.
what do you enjoy about babies dying the most?
I'm going to headbutt you today. We're 4 minutes
I'm sorry.
in.
I feel really bad. So that does sound pretty horrible. And
That
then
would be terrible news to try and deliver.
Yeah. It definitely, so when you work in maternal fetal medicine, you work with people who are typically trying to get pregnant, and you stay with the same patients throughout their pregnancy. So, sometimes there'll be 6 IVF rounds in, and they finally get pregnant, and then all of a sudden 10 weeks before their due date, their baby's dead.
how does that happen normally?
Sometimes
That just give me
there's
full body chills.
I'm like trying to explain this without going like full into the terms. I mean, sometimes it just happens for no reason. Sometimes someone can trip and they just hit their stomach the wrong way and the baby doesn't survive. sometimes the body is just not compatible with the pregnancy. So then the body, like the mother, will stop basically supplying the blood flow and the nutrients and everything to the baby, and then the baby just doesn't make it.
Yeah, that sounds real dark. I would have a really tough time doing that job.
It's, you experience a lot of death. It becomes, it's rough. And I'm sensitive. I'm a baby. I'm sensitive. I can't do it.
So I actually I forgot about this. I had an ultrasound.
Did you?
Yeah. Can you guess where on my body by looking at me where I had my ultrasound at?
The way that you're saying it right now makes me want to say testicular.
No.
Okay.
It's pretty close though, around back. I have a butt bump, right?
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
And
A butt bump.
a butt bump. So this butt bump's itchy to all these things. And I went to the nurse, and the only way you can feel this butt bump is if I put my legs back, almost like a baby getting changed. In no other way will you feel this.
So how did you find it?
That was my next question. Yeah.
I can feel it because I know where it is.
You feel it like you just no hands, like you just feel it, like.
I don't feel it right now. I'm like it's always itchy now, but when I first found it, no, that's what I thought it was. Okay. They said it's just like a nodule, like a little fatty nodule.
Yeah.
But so the way they went about this, like you have to get what did you call it? Ultrasound. I was like, can we just do an MRI? They're like, let's do the ultrasound first.
Yeah.
Which is so close to the butthole. It's so close that it should just be straight. It should be an MRI.
Yep.
So I go in there, and it's this like 50-year-old dude straight from Africa who does not have time for it. And I was like, there's no way I'm putting my legs back like that to show you this.
Yeah.
So I was just like, he's like, where's it at? I was like, right here. I kept trying to like say where it wasn't because I didn't want him to go that close to the hole.
Right.
So then finally he's like, where is it? Where is this bump? So I had to
want
like,
to know how you found it with your fingers.
I don't know. I mean, when you're,
Were you just like putting your fingers in your butt? Like I don't.
no,
even
it's
do
not
that.
in my butt. It's like right where the butt meets the thigh, right there.
Okay. Is it like a little cyst? So you have like a little
Is
cyst
it like on
going
the
right
outside
there?
or is it on the inside?
It's on the inside. Like Ash couldn't even find it. I was so deep in my butthole.
All right, this is what
So-
I need my
He
like
was so
notes
deep in his
remote. I guess.
asshole.
So this guy's like jellying my butt, trying like we
Yeah,
both
like
don't want him to
warm
get.
gel?
Yeah, we don't want him to get to my butthole. I don't want him to do that. He doesn't want to do that. And then he does all this and he can't find it. And I was like, there's no way I'm like presenting it like how it has to be
You
presented.
should have, because then you would have saved all this freaking time. You should have been like, here it is. X marks the spot. Give me your hand. Let's get this over
And
with.
then I had to go get an MRI, and that's where my MRI on my dick is, and I never brought it in. I really got to do that. It's on a CD.
You don't have to do that.
I feel like everyone wants to see my dick in MRI. I want to see my dick under MRI.
Then look at it at your house. It's at your house.
Tay just looked at me and said, yeah. I mean, I've never seen a dick under MRI, have you?
I have, yeah.
She's like, I was in medical
I
school.
had a patient one time come in with a broken penis.
Ah,
Do you see more dicks as a tattoo artist, a go-go dancer, or as a nurse?
A go-go dancer and an ultrasound tech is a little it's a little questionable. You see both. The only difference is one is it's appropriate. It's supposed to happen. The other
Right.
one is not, but it does.
So you don't see any dicks though. Well, what as a tattoo artist?
I have not yet. People do ask to get their dick tattooed pretty often. I have not experienced that yet.
Does a guy go in there looking for like a back tattoo, and then he sees you, he goes, you know what? I actually want my dick tattooed.
I've had some pretty questionable people come in and say some things, but I have not had that. I haven't had someone like, "Hey, you want to take a look?
You want to mangle my
you wanna
dick?"
Try this? No. Oh my god! But it's people.
Do you do piercings as well?
I don't. I was gonna try, but I'm just not cut out for that life. A little skeeved out.
I had my nipples pierced before, and that sucked.
me too.
Yeah.
So what kind of tattoo artist would you consider yourself? Like there's like Americana.
Unfortunately, a fine line tiny tattooer. That's not really what I wanted to be categorized as, but that's kind of where I'm at right now, so I'm just making the best of it.
What do you want to be?
I actually like very large scale neo-traditional work, like huge back pieces, that's typically what I drew growing up. A lot of the stuff I drew was like surrealistic art, and it was like very big. Like usually the canvases I got were the size of me. Like I drew very, very big pieces. So doing tiny tattoos is not that fulfilling, but
You can work your way up, obviously.
exactly.
You're
I'm making my way. Make my way.
Well, and it's
Downtown
like, you know,
walking
once you get
fast.
someone who gets that and then like they have friends that want that, then like I feel like the more you would do it, the more you would get, right?
Exactly. It's kind of like the curse of social media. You get
Right.
a majority of your clientele from Instagram, and you have to post in order to get clientele, but you can only post what you're doing.
Right,
So,
right.
like, you just kind of end up in
In
this
a
thing
cycle.
where, like, yeah, I've had people come from, like, Virginia, and they're like, I heard about you. You do fine line tattoos. And I'm like, yeah.
Is it hard?
awesome.
Is it hard to be? So you got to post a lot on Instagram, and obviously people see what you look like. Is it hard as a tattoo artist to be a good-looking girl? Like,
Well,
do people?
thanks.
Do people?
Thank you.
I mean,
I think you getting into the tattoo field is a little bit difficult. You can say, I guess, if you're like conventionally attractive, you know, because sexual assault and stuff like that are very common in the tattoo industry. So it
Like,
does happen.
the people getting tattooed sexually assault you, or the other way around?
No, like trying to get an apprenticeship, like trying to get into the, like, you know, because like a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of men will do this thing where they will take a girl on to teach them, and then maybe like 75% of the way through their apprenticeship, they'll kind of start doing like the, hey, like either you have sex with me or I'm not giving you your license.
Show me the tits to start the tats, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Tit for tat, literally. Tit for
Tit
tat.
for tat, literally. Legitimately, just like that.
Did that ever happen to you or no?
No, I got lucky. I learned from a woman. She is fantastic. There are men in my shop that teach me all the time, and they're like big brothers. I'm like the little sister of the shop. So, I mean, I got lucky. I got like the gold standard of an apprenticeship for sure.
So what's the name of the tattoo place?
Gold leaf tattoo.
Where's that at, Jersey?
Galloway. Yeah,
Galloway?
Galloway, New Jersey. Mm-hmm.
So what's the best benefit of being a tattoo artist?
Making your own hours, and I mean, for me at least, just doing something I love. You know, I get to wake up every day, and even the days where I'm like tired or I don't want to go into work, like I still love my job. Like I get to create, and I get to still help people in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So yeah, so you help people with nursing. Go-go dancing, I mean, helps everybody. And how do you describe go-go dancing? What is that? Is that just like...
You are there for visual ambiance. You know, you kind of show up and you're just there to get the crowd excited and get everybody in a good mood. You know, no one's really there to see you. You're just like an added perk to the environment.
You're not like twerking. It's more of like a, yay. Depends how big the tip is, or...
Yeah, I mean, so you get paid more like a salary when you're a go-go dancer. You don't really work off of tips. I mean, some places do. I mean, in Atlantic City, you don't. I worked for an entertainment company, so like I got paid an actual paycheck, but you still get tips. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like twerking was very a part of that. Very a part of that. There was a lot of that.
How did they find you? Were you just twerking in the club and they were like, you know what? You want to shake your ass for money?
You know what?
Yeah.
So actually, no. Actually, I was just looking for a job that I could work in tandem, like with ultrasound. And my friend was like, "Why don't you try working in nightlife? Like, give it a shot." So I actually completely fucking lied about my resume and like reached out to this woman and was like, "Hey, I have experience. I need a job." And she was like, "Cool, you start Saturday." And I was like, "Oh my God, what have I done?"
JK, LOL.
I was like, just kidding. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out.
Right.
And I'm guessing you're in like similar to what Maura wears at work, where you're in. Is that super uncomfortable, or like your first time going into it because you've never actually done it before? You lied.
Yeah.
So were you were you just not eating the day of?
I freaked out. I mean, I definitely wasn't prepared. Like the first day that I danced for Jesse McCartney. And
Who is that for me and everyone else? Jesse McCartney?
Jesse
Yes.
McCartney, he's like every
He was like an it boy when we were like,
But for what?
he's a singer.
singer.
Oh, does he sing? What kind of music?
Pop.
Yeah.
Give me a song. I want Maura to sing it.
I can't think of one.
Hey, you got something?
I do, but fortunately for you, I'm not going to sing.
All right, so
What are
tell me
the
about this
songs?
Jesse McCartney.
I mean, he's just a more, I guess, popular.
I meant like tell me about like the
celebrity
experience
or-
dancing for him on the first time.
It was fucking terrifying. I literally walked out and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I got on stage and I was in front of probably about, I don't know, maybe 500 to 700 people. And I was like, hey, everybody. What's going on?
How you guys
I
doing?
was just on stage and I was like, hey. That was really it.
And did you start twerking because you were nervous, or did you not twerk that time?
No, because the girls that I danced with knew how to twerk. They knew what they were doing, and I was not about to make a fool of myself.
You
so
just
I
doing the
walked up.
Macarena?
Yeah, seriously. I was like, hey. And then, like, the girls would start twerking, and I was like, yeah, look at her. She's
Wow.
awesome.
The Vanna White of tits,
Yeah,
huh?
I was like, so cool. Don't look at me. Yeah.
Did you get sick the day of?
I
get sick when I get
with
nervous.
anxiety, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like throw up.
I did not throw up, but it was close.
Yeah.
It was real close. Like when the club has like a glass wall in the hotel so you can see everybody in there. I remember I walked downstairs to get myself a water and I saw how many people were in there and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I could just leave now.
Was the paycheck worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? The confidence I got from that job was worth it. More
Yeah,
than anything.
can the
for sure.
confidence
That's
come on
what
this
I say
podcast?
all
and-
the time.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Is
what-
I'm like it's like kind of fucked up, but it's not at the same time. But you do get confidence from
Yeah.
being like in that position.
Maura, what was your first time like being a bottle server? Because
They like eased me. I had to really work for that shit.
you wore sweatpants the first time in a hoodie.
No, I didn't even get to work it like at first.
What do you mean? You just watch other girls dance?
Well, first of all, we're really not dancing.
Okay, well,
Personally.
you watch other girls bring out bottles.
But yes, well, they had me like start as a host, so like I was just like in the club. Like I'm not really I wasn't a clubber before, so like I don't know. Like I would just be there for the first couple months, and then they would make me work brunch, which was like a different vibe.
And then your first time being in underwear in front of people, how was that?
Yeah, I was at brunch. It was fine.
It's fine.
No big deal.
Yeah.
I've never done. So what? Let's go back to tattooing. What's your least favorite spot to tattoo on somebody?
Behind the ear.
Why is it super painful?
No, it's just one of those spots where it's kind of like difficult to get in there, and a lot of the times people have this like automatic response where they want to look and see what you're doing, but like I'm on their head, so they like will turn their head as I'm trying to tattoo, and I'm like just lay there, just sit still, like don't do anything.
Quit squirming.
Yeah, I'm like just fucking stop, please. Yeah, definitely that, and right here for the same reason, because people will just
They have to look and see what you're
stare
doing. Yeah.
into your soul.
Right
It's
in
so
the shoulder.
uncomfortable. Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Tay did a tattoo for me on my arm, on the inside of my arm.
Which one? I don't think I've
My
ever.
fairy
I don't think I've
on
actually
the-
ever seen anything
the
like any
moon.
tattoos on you.
I think it's on this one.
I've never seen any tattoos on you, Mar.
She's so cute.
It's adorable. It's a Tinkerbell. Speaking of Tinkerbell, where the fuck's the book?
I don't have it still.
I've been asking Mar to get her blowjob book for what, 3-4 months now?
A blowjob book?
Yeah, she has a blowjob book. You haven't heard of it?
No.
It's very famous around these parts.
Really?
Mar taught herself and every other girl in elementary school how to give blowjobs.
Not in elementary school.
Well, she went
in high school.
She was in high school. She went back to elementary school to teach young kids about how to give a blowjob.
He's a
So that-
storyteller. But I kept it in the Tinkerbell folder.
Okay.
But this is like before Fairy Garden
so now,
days.
like, you wrote this yourself.
No, I bought it.
Oh, it's a literal book.
Yeah,
that
like
you
I literally
purchased.
purchased it, but you had to print it. It was like a PDF.
Shit.
And so I printed it at my mom's house. I was like 15 printing this 120-page blowjob book on my computer paper with print.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You guys are young. You've always had like porn you can look on the internet, yeah? Like you never had a time where you had to like go get a newspaper to jerk off, right?
No.
What the fuck? No.
No.
Why are you saying this is normal for me and Robbie? Me and Robbie were getting magazines, you know.
Magazine is not a newspaper, Justin.
Oh, did I say newspaper?
Yes.
Well, did you ever use a magazine, Mar?
Yes.
You guys are what, 22?
Around sometimes to find these things.
You had to snoop around. Did you
I
find?
mean, not at my house. You would not find them at my
I was gonna
mom's
say. So you're saying
But,
your
like,
mom,
if you were,
the
like-
angel baby.
If you were like at like your cousins or like where you knew that there were boys, you're like, I know that there's at least a titty calendar around here.
A titty calendar. Oh, so you looked at girl calendars?
Yeah.
Of course. Who wouldn't?
Hello.
Tay, did you look at the tits when you were younger, or did you go for the dicks?
I went for the dicks.
I feel like
The way you said it was.
see, I was like so scared. Like I like didn't barely know what a penis looked like until I saw one.
I can agree. I was terrified the first time that I accidentally saw porn. Like my friend's parents had like the porn channel, and one night her and I were like trying to find TV to watch, and it came up, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And I remember like I looked at it and I was like, I'm never doing that ever.
What was happening in the porn that you did not want to do?
She was riding this guy. Like,
oh, that's like the best one.
And I was just looking at it and I was like, ow.
How old were you when you saw this?
I was in 3rd grade.
Oh, that's real young to see a dick.
I was young. Yeah, I was traumatized for sure.
I still haven't seen my dick to this day. What about, I mean, obviously you saw tits before there, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was normal, right?
Yeah, like it was, I think there was no appeal for me just because like I had them. So I was like.
Not in 3rd grade.
Well, no, but I mean, I still like I knew what boobs were.
That's why I've never been in the butts. Because I'm like, I have a nice butt. So I don't care about other people's butts.
So you're a boob guy.
I'm a huge boob guy.
Okay.
My girls got double D. Or I think they're Fs or Gs. When you get big enough, they get up to a different thing. Like double Ds are actually a different thing.
Fucking done with him today.
I'm trying to teach the viewers, you guys got big enough boobs.
Sounds like back pain.
She's definitely got that, yeah. And she's,
that stinks.
I'm not going to say how old she is because she's going to get mad if I say how old she is, but she's older than me. And
don't piss off your girl.
I mean, no matter what I say, she gets a little upset.
Oh my God.
So did you say your favorite place to tattoo yet? I got lost with dicks and tattoos.
No, we did not say favorite.
What's your favorite place to tattoo on somebody? Dicks.
Secretly, no. Above the elbow, I think, is like the best spot. That's
Why?
probably like my favorite.
Because people have to lay on their belly and they can't look back.
I think it's just it's just easy. Like it's an easy spot. Like depending on where you are on the body, like in order to get a clean line, you have to be able to like stretch the skin out, and a lot of spots are a lot more like elastic than you would realize. So back in the arm, like when they're sat that way, it like the skin just kind of stretches itself. It's just easy. I gotta know like the ink goes in well.
Like you're like
it's just,
already like this.
yeah. So it
That
just makes
sense.
it like a little bit easier. I don't know. It's just always been like a nice spot.
I didn't know it would stretch so much. Who talked about that the first time they saw a dick? Was that you, Maura? Or they're like, we didn't know it moved. Who was that? It was another girl in here then if it wasn't you. Somebody talked about it, they didn't know their dick moved.
I don't know.
What? Huh? It was Maura. It was Maura?
Yeah, you didn't know it moved. Yeah, that's what he said. The skin.
Did
You
it?
didn't know the skin moved.
Oh yeah.
So I was literally just saying she didn't know the skin moved, and then she looked at me like I was crazy. But as soon as a minority man says it,
He's not minority. One.
wow. Oh, he's a Hispanic male. So speak in his native tongue. Hola, lo siento, por favor.
See.
I'm gonna fall asleep.
You're gonna fall asleep because you're ashamed of yourself?
No, because I'm just disassociating.
So speaking of disassociation, let's go back to tattoos. What's the most painful thing you can tattoo on somebody? Like where at?
I could only speak from experience because everybody's body is different. Some people can't sit through a rib tattoo, and other people I've had fall asleep during one. For me, the back sent me into fucking orbit. That was the most painful thing that I've ever gotten in my life. That was rough.
The lower back, I'm guessing?
The lower back, yeah. I mean, I have my whole back done, so like the lower back and like the sides closer to my ribs, like that was brutal.
What do you have on your back?
Like an ornamental piece, so it's just like a bunch of design, like little, similar to mandalas, if that's the best way to
Mandela?
explain it.
Like Jason who's that guy from Africa? Who's a Mandela? What do you mean mandalas?
Mandala.
What the hell? What's a mandala?
Oh my
Okay.
God.
I mean, I could show you a photo of like what.
I'm just curious because people that are listening may not know what it is.
It's like it's like very intricate. Like it's like if you were to look up like psychedelics and look into art that people look at when they're on psychedelics, it's like those. They're
definitely
like
spelled it wrong.
circles, and then there's more circles in it.
Like geometric shapes kind of things.
I mean, similar to that, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like that.
Mar, what other tattoos do you have? Because I've never seen a tattoo on you until you just pulled out that Tinkerbell.
Oh, I have 2 on the back of my leg. I have my foot. I have a couple here. I have the 11. I have
That's the
My
only one I've
ribs
seen, actually.
done.
Okay. You have your back and your ribs. Do you have anything else on you tattooed?
Yeah, I have a lot. I think I counted the other day just for fun. I think I have like 30 now.
And you can't see any on you because you're wearing sweatpants and a hoodie or a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Do you do that on purpose? Like you don't want it to show when you're...
Oh no, I'm just cold all the time. I always have a hoodie on.
So would you tattoo your hands or your face?
I have a little one on my hand.
Oh, yeah, do so.
I have some that go onto my hand. I want a face tattoo, but more or less like I want like one by like my ear, like on the side of my face. Like I would never do one like under my eye or anything like that.
What would you get tattooed? I don't want you to ruin your face. Don't do that, please. I don't want anyone to ruin their face, by the way.
It's not ruining. It's art.
The face, though. I mean, like, the face. Like,
Yeah, the
everything
face.
else, whatever. But the face. Like,
When I got the 11s, I had the guy like print me like 6 different sizes because I was being annoying, and they had one that was like literally like 3/4 of an inch, I'd say, and I had him like put it here, and then I sent my mom a picture, and she was so upset.
Did she freak out?
She believed me. She really thought I would get a
Really?
face tat. Yeah, I was like, "You think I would get 11/11 on my face?" And she's like, "I just don't know with you anymore."
she enjoyed you with the bald cap, too.
Right, literally.
So, face tattoos, I would regret that. What's the tattoo that people regret getting the most, that you see like the most cover-up work with?
It's always the people who want a tattoo done by you, but they don't want to wait, so then they go to somebody else, and it's always on the wrist. Every time. It's always like right here. And it's so hard to cover that spot up, which is a lot of the times why I don't do them. Like, I just don't even bother.
As soon as somebody comes in, look at my wrist. I want it fixed. You go,
You know what? I don't mind cover-ups. I definitely have a lot to learn when it comes to cover-ups, but people just, like, aren't realistic with what they want to cover it with. Like, they'll have, like, a huge, like, black filled-in heart, and it's, like, gigantic, and then they're like, can you cover it with, like, a dainty rose? And I'm like...
You're like, no, babe. That's not how math works.
Like, that's what, like, sometimes... I actually got into, like, a fight with a client once because she was like, I want it covered with a koi fish. And I was like, baby...
nah.
Where? I was like, I told her, I was like, I want you to tell me exactly where and how you think this is going to cover it. And she kept doing it, and she couldn't figure it out. And then she was like, well, I'll just go to somebody else. And I was like, you do that. Go ahead.
Good luck. So do you
Yeah.
judge people off their tattoo requests?
I try not to, but sometimes I might a little bit, yeah.
I love the honesty.
Yeah.
Sometimes I might.
Sometimes it happens, you know.
So I've been doing this for a while. I can kind of guess when people are going to say some certain things and won't say some certain things. My dad's installed carpet for a long time. He looks at the floors when he goes in somewhere. Robbie, he's an engineer with music and stuff. I'm sure he has an idea of what person's going to be good at music or not by listening to their voice. Can you guess what kind of tattoo somebody will request when they walk into your office?
Yeah. Yeah. Not all the time. Sometimes people definitely surprise me, but for the most part, yes. Yeah.
If I were to walk into your office right now, bring. Oh, hey, Tay. I don't know you yet. So, hey, I was looking for a tattoo. What am I getting?
I'm going to say something nautical.
I was going to say an American flag.
Compass.
Oh, you know Maura too well. What about Robbie over there? What would he get?
A rose.
Because Puerto Ricans like roses? I didn't know that.
He's not Puerto Rican. And also, I surprised her when I first walked into her tattoo shop. She didn't know I was going that day.
Yeah, she did surprise me.
And we only knew each other from the internet also. So
All Mara's friends are met through the internet. She does not. I do not suggest doing any things that Maura does in her life in your life on a day-to-day basis.
Like, we've met 3 times, but, like, if someone's like, do you know her? I'm like, that's my bitch. That's my best friend.
literally.
Does she answer your DMs?
I
does.
would. Yeah, I'm like, she doesn't DM me much. I feel like you're like, the Instagram is popping all the time, like business-wise, though.
Yeah, you know what? The first time, I think she texted me something and I didn't answer for like 3 days, and I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, she's going to hate me.
Do not
I'm
feel
the
bad for
worst.
her.
And
Do
then
not.
she was like, wait, you're speaking my love language right now because I don't answer for 3 days. And I was like, oh, thank God. Someone who doesn't get offended.
Your love language is ignoring people that care about you and love you most
It's like you get distracted.
Love language is just
by not loving somebody.
boundaries.
No, I still love. I know. Literally, people will be like, they're going to be so mad at me. You're going to be like my one friend. She asked me to, like, officiate their wedding basically, and then her husband, I guess, like asked one of his boys to do it too. And so the other day she had to like tell me, and I was like, okay. And she's like, okay, like, okay, obviously you're mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. I don't care. Like, respectfully, I love you. I just can't wait to see you get married.
Right.
I'm not here to beef about it. Like, I'll be there regardless, whether it's from the front or from the back. I'm gonna be there.
Giggity.
Like,
What's your most petty way of showing that you're upset with somebody through text message? Mine is the letter O space I space C. All one letters. OIC. If I hit you with the OIC, you're fucking buried. You're dead, son. What's your best petty text message?
I don't know.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah. You just leave them on red and go,
No, I actually will just straight up say something.
What would you say?
I mean, if someone
Depends.
if someone does something that like genuinely pisses me off or like offends me or hurts me or whatever, like I'm the first person that'll be like, hey, look, you did this and it wasn't cool.
Right.
I don't
like
really hit people with like the okay or like the K. I don't know.
I did the OIC. I'm telling you, next time somebody pisses you off, hit them with that.
What does that mean?
OIC.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Gotcha.
but they're all one letters and they're all lowercase. It's the best way to make sure somebody knows that they disrespect
I
you.
don't think I would know. I'd be like, okay.
I'm telling you, you get hit with an OIC, you're gonna know.
His face is really send it home.
The best is like if you'll like put a period or something and you're like, my bad, I didn't mean the period. Like, you know, when sometimes you're like saying stuff, you're like, wait, I didn't mean it like that though. I'm just saying.
Right.
So I want to play a game with you. It's called First Word. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna give you a type of tattoo, and I want you to give me the first word that come to mind of the person that would get that tattoo. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like anything. I can say any word.
You can say any word. It's just about the person that's going to ask for that tattoo. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I can be. Yeah.
I want you to go. We're going to do this kind of fast. Ready?
Okay, I'm stressed. Okay.
Let's all relax.
All right.
Tribal tattoo.
Men.
Dolphin tattoo.
17-year-old.
Infinity sign.
Oh, God.
Lower back tattoo.
Sick.
Their lover's name on them.
Questionable.
Tattoo on the face.
Questionable.
Wolf tattoo. Ow. Go say it.
I don't know. 22-year-old. That's what I get.
Skull tattoo.
Common.
Rose tattoo.
Pretty.
I heart mom.
No.
Tattoo on their hand.
Cool. Ouch.
Dick tattoo. Your face.
Porn star.
Tit tattoo.
Ballsy. Brave.
Cross tattoo.
Just overdone.
Established tattoo. EST 1990.
My boyfriend.
No, he has one.
My boyfriend was my client, and actually, that was the first tattoo.
Did you do a good? If you guys are, I can't say. How long have you guys been going out?
A little less than a year.
Okay,
Yeah.
so a while now. How many tattoos have you given him
7.
since you've been? How about since you've been dating?
Since we've been dating, 2.
That would suck if you guys break up and forever he has your ink tattooed on him.
You know, I asked him about that because I was like, look, I'm all over you at this point. Like, I'm all over you. And he was just like, it's cool. I love him. I was like, all right.
Did he, when you guys met, did he come to your studio and search out for you because of your Instagram? Or was he just a client and they're like, go talk to Tay?
So he made an appointment with me. And to be honest, he didn't even really know who I was. He just sort of made an appointment because I was good at fine line.
He didn't know who you were? Are you sure about that?
I am not.
You're gonna go back and question him like
I am not. But
you just did a Borat. I'm not.
I am not.
I would be so like, I can never do like somebody's name tattooed on me. Like I would do my dog's name tattooed on me, maybe, or maybe like a paw print. What do you think about that? First word with that paw print.
Memorial. Usually.
Well, I love my dog, so well,
Yeah, but I mean, typically the times I've done paw print tattoos, it's usually when like after someone's dog has passed away. But they're nice.
I'm surprised you said 22 for wolf tattoo. I thought wolf tattoos were like older, weirder, like middle-aged men that have like the wolf tattoo, and then they have the wolf shirt.
You know what? It definitely can be.
Wolf shirts are actually in now. Like Kith has one.
No, I disagree. No, there's no way.
is.
Who has one?
Kith.
What is that?
Okay, we're done.
Kith?
We're done.
Did she just make somebody up, Robbie?
No.
That's a different name. That's an odd name.
It's a designer brand.
Oh, I didn't
It's
know
like
that.
a sneakerhead brand.
I don't know if you noticed this, Maura, but I'm the fashionable one here today, and you're just wearing sweatpants. So I'm just going to throw that out there. If you're watching, congratulations. If you're listening, tune in because these fucking thighs are thundering today.
No, you have better pants on today. I already said that.
Yeah.
shout
So
Let's
out.
make
Love the
note.
pants.
give me my roses.
I did, but I'm going to do it here again because I know you like that shit.
I feel better about myself now. Thank you. Tay, you have anything nice to say about my pants?
They're nice.
Usually he wears like dark dad jeans with like black Asics.
Super baggy jeans. So he's really stepping up with the.
I like baggy
But
jeans.
his but when he said he had a nice butt earlier,
What? You just said no about my butt?
He always thinks that.
based
He's always
off of
Maura,
the
have
way
you-
they say in his jeans, typically it's a lie.
Maura, have you looked at my butt?
No,
So,
I actually haven't, but only when you showed me the one time, and I thought it was like it like melted away in your jeans.
My butt was just not there, non-existent.
Yeah.
Tay, you got a good butt?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you go dancer, you kind of have to.
I work hard for my butt, so
I better.
I bet.
Hold on. Are
yeah.
you one of those girls that just take up the squat rack all day
No.
and you just sit there on your phone? Like you do like, maybe you'll do a hip thrust every now and again. Like, oh, maybe I should go hump the bar.
See, that's my pet peeve. No, when I go to the gym, I go with a purpose. Like I'm in and out. I get my shit done. I leave. Like I don't do that.
If I'm using the bar, it's usually for chest. I'm usually benching and I do like the, regular incline, decline. And I do push-ups in between each set. And I do not waste fucking time. I hate when kids sit there. My gym's right next to a high school. Drives me crazy. A bunch of high school kids that just jump on and then they'll sit on their phone for 10 minutes. I'm like, yo, you guys there's a rate to play here. You can't just fucking sit there.
That's like my pet peeve. I actually just signed up for a different gym and I'm paying for them both right now to see which one I like better because of that.
Oh, I will.
Oh, it
I
drives me
literally
nuts.
pay for 3 gyms because I just like to be able to go wherever I want. I feel like
Right.
each place has like their own thing. Sometimes it's
Exactly.
convenience. Sometimes like Planet Fitness is a non-negotiable for me at this point in time. And everyone's like, I will not pay $25 to go there. I'm like, you can go anywhere in the country.
I love it.
You can do $10. Well, with
And
$25, yeah.
they'll be like, how do you work out? Like my girlfriends that'll be like at Fusion, they'll be like, how do you work out at Planet Fitness? I'm like, bitch, sometimes I just need to go and be done. And it's 5 minutes from my house.
That's exactly.
Or
like,
it's open till like all the time.
It's open like 24 hours, so it's great. Like,
yeah, it's
just-
like, you
convenient.
can't go to sleep. You can just go walk on the treadmill or something.
Yeah, I have done that.
Literally, me too.
I've literally done that where it's just like, I need to go work out. Like in Galloway where I used to live, everyone and their mother goes to Attila's and everyone's like, why don't you go to Attila's? I'm like, because every time I go to Attila's, everyone wants to have a conversation. Everyone wants to like catch up about like what they saw last week. No, I don't want to talk. I don't want to have a conversation. Like, love you. I'm minding my business. Like I don't. That's it.
I'm busy.
I am. Like I don't want to. It's not social hour for me.
No.
So.
I completely agree. I hate when people talk to me. Nobody really talks to me though. I'm a guy, so most people want me to move out of their way. You know what I mean? If you're a girl, they're like, let's catch up and have a conversation. That's somebody I never met. But
Well, it's funny too, because like at Planet Fitness, at least like I'll a lot of times take my best friend and she is like just jacked and on her shit.
yeah, she's really like a really good shape.
Like,
Like
she's
probably
in
the
really
best,
good shape.
the most in shape person I've ever seen in my life in person
Yeah.
as a girl.
And so, but she like always wears like the little sets and stuff, So like we'll go and she'll be like in her sweatpants and her hoodie, but then like everything will slowly start to come off. And it's just so funny. The one night we went to Planet Fitness at like 8 at night, And it was like we were in a fishbowl. Like I was just like, bitch, you cannot wear this shit here at this time anymore. I'm like, there's too many fucking old men here right now. They ain't never seen this shit in their life. Like,
and you really can't help but look. Like, as a girl, you have to look too if somebody looks like that.
well, yeah, but
It's hard
also,
not to look when somebody looks
it's
like that in shape.
different.
You're just like,
girls are
Jesus
looking at
Christ.
girls like, go the fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like exciting because you're like, all right, I could do that. Like,
Maybe guys are thinking the same thing.
no, you're not.
Are you
Guys
just?
will be, they're like malfunctioning. They're like, I'm like, are you okay? Like, shit.
I look at dudes too when they're in really good shape. I'm like, yeah, I want to. Like, I'm excited that I'm there.
then look at men
building.
then.
I look at both. I'm like, I'm building myself up to look like that. I enjoy the ride of getting there. So I enjoy looking at both people. I'm like, they look fucking great. Those two should have sex because they look great. Maybe I can watch from the corner.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, you sent me with that too. I'm surprised.
You never wanted to see two people have sex? That's a lie if you're saying no, because you definitely wanted to see two people have sex.
Like you look at them and you're like, they look like they'd have like good sex
Yeah,
together.
they would have great sex. And
I guess like I've looked at a
I
couple
root for people's
before
dicks in their
thought-
Actually, that literally just happened to me on the car ride over here.
so I know.
Okay.
But
okay.
but not in the gym.
See, when
like
I
that.
said it, it was creepy. When Maura co-signed, which she never does, everyone was like, yeah, makes sense. I've done that too.
No, because we started thinking about it differently. But you were saying like in the gym. Like I haven't been in the gym and been like, oh, that man on the squat rack and that bitch on the bench press.
No,
need to
they're both in really good shape.
together.
Noodle.
Oh, they definitely should. I mean, there's two people that are really good shape. I'm there trying to build my body back up to what it was. And I'm like, oh, I would like to look like that one day. And then he should have sex with her.
You're
There's
creating
one-
a porn, pretty much like this would be a good
There's
porn.
one couple.
I root for people to have sex. I want everyone in the world to have sex if they want to have sex.
Next time, go up and say, yo, you should have sex with that person.
You guys would make great sex. Just letting you guys know.
Yeah, like not great babies, great sex.
Great sex.
There's one couple at the gym, and they're my favorite gym couple. But they only go to Planet Fitness, and they're just so cute. And like they're just, it's not like they're like, yeah, fitness or like super like yoked or anything. They're just, the way that they work out together is so cute. And I'm like, I told them, I'm like, you guys make me excited for love.
Are they an older couple?
No, they're like in their 20s and 30s probably. I'm just a weirdo. I just
I
love
get it,
love.
though.
I'm like, you guys are so freaking cute. I can't stand it.
I get that.
Do you ever go work out with your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Is he in better shape or worse shape than you?
I think we're in the same shape. He's a hockey player, so I mean, honestly, he's probably in better shape than I am. But yeah, I love going to the gym with him because like we don't hang out together at the gym like at all. Like we do our own thing, but it's like nice when we like see each other from across the room and we're like, hey, you know, it's like foreplay. We're like,
After this,
You ever do that?
No.
Yeah.
You ever check out your partner that you're with and you don't notice it's them until like a second later? Like first you like see them walk by like, dang, that girl's cute, or that guy's cute, and you go, oh, it's my boyfriend.
You know what? Actually, that happened once, like 2 weeks ago. We were at the gym, and he has really long hair, and he like put his hair up that day, and I just didn't connect with the two. Like I forgot, and he was walking, and I was like, that guy has a nice ass, and I was like, that guy's my fucking boyfriend. Hell yeah! So I was like, hell yeah.
That's hilarious.
You said he plays hockey. How old is he?
He's 29.
So does he play for like a minor league or?
Like a minor league, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was gonna say
like
I didn't know if you meant like he was in college or. I was gonna say
No.
a lot of older you guys are not old, but I'm saying girls a lot of times will go for younger guys now. So I was curious if that was that kind of dynamic.
Wait, how long is his hair?
His hair is probably like down to here.
Dude. Okay, so I'm like
Right
mind
above the
blown
boobs, by the way,
by men
for
that
people
can grow out their hair. Like I think if you're a man and you have long hair, like you are elite.
So we're just gonna bypass that. I'm not supposed to get offended by that shit.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, no, because I think that bald head guys are elite also because they made a decision, but also long hair guys make a decision. So here's my.
So we're
the
saying
tea
that
on
Robbie's hair is shit because he's
No,
not going.
Robbie makes a decision every week. He gets a haircut.
Go
He
all in
keeps it
or
normal.
nothing, bro. Man up.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, I think it's so awkward to get through like a grow out phase as a man.
Yes.
They can't like
That makes sense.
there's this one guy that I used to hook up with, and I was basically like, you can't grow your hair out. You can't grow your hair out. Like, I just,
And then he did it and you dumped him.
well, he was growing it out. And then I told him, like, we need to put a break on things for a bit, and literally got a haircut. And I'm like, you're a bitch.
He was growing his hair out for you. You
I
dumped him.
didn't realize really that it was strictly for me, first of all.
Maura, people, that's like Mars. For some reason, every guy that she meets does something to their hair for her. I don't know why.
Whatever. So, no, but do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, you're not patient.
It's the grow out phase. Like, they definitely get to a point where I can tell that the first thing they want to do is cut their hair.
Yeah.
Did you
Like,
break out with them?
sending this man like videos like of other guys who have like talked about their growing out their hair. They're like, you know, like the guys in the YouTube videos are like, it's not fucking easy. I'm like, I'm telling you, this shit is like, you make a decision and you have to like be patient. Like,
Yeah.
Hold on. Did you break out with him with the mindset of getting back with him when he stopped being in his little ugly duckling phase of growing his hair out?
no, first of all, this man lives on the other side of the country and this is like an active thing.
Uh-huh.
And
Soccer player?
yes, so I don't see him like often.
Mm-hmm.
So that was why I was just like, let's just take whatever like expectations is going on right now and like just get rid of that for the time being. Like, I'm still in your life. Like, we're friends. We've been friends. We'll be friends. And then he just cut it off.
I feel like you were treating him like a savings account.
No, I'm
Putting
just
a little
like,
bit in,
you would
little bit in, and then when he
Here's
gets
my
back with
thing.
long hair.
If you want to be with me or whatever you think, like, then you would make an effort to come see me.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't came and saw me in over a year. So like, what are we doing? And why are we talking about it like that? We can just be friends. Like, we can still talk and whatever else, but it's just like the extra like innuendos and things like that can just take a break because you haven't come here.
I mean, he's a busy guy, though. He's playing professional soccer around the world.
Okay, well, whatever.
I'm not sticking up for him.
If you're
the one that
jet-setting,
made him. You're the man.
if you're on flights and you're in different cities and whatever, you can make a pit stop. And if you don't, then okay, cool.
Okay, all right. So what if you guys had kids, specifically boys, would you make them grow their hair out or would you cut it?
I would let them do whatever they want.
Well, they're never going to want to get their hair cut.
Then cool.
What about you, Tay?
I'm kind of the same. I just want my kids.
Are you cold right now?
No, I'm chilling.
Okay, because you looked like you were
Oh, no, I'm just,
in the cold
Just
mode.
relax. I'm getting comfortable.
That shot him, huh?
No, I'm cool with my kids just kind of doing whatever they'd want to do. If they wanted like long ass hair, then
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I would probably if I had a kid and it was a boy, I would let him grow his hair out probably as long as he wanted to. So I can't really say much. My girl, I don't know if she'd probably be into that because she's like punk rockish. So she's into that kind of thing.
My little cousin, he has like the top of his hair is long right now, and he wears a little bun.
Oh.
And so he really wanted to grow his hair out, but like his parents were, like, okay, we want him to do whatever he wants, but like also like, can he cut it? And like, cause it would get like really knotty and stuff like as it was getting long. And he was also like getting acne around like his face because that's what happens sometimes, especially if you're a boy and like you're whatever. Yeah. So they like came to this medium spot where he has this little long top man bun thing. It's so funny because like I can tell it's like irking them, but like they're like trying to just like let him be him.
right.
How old is he?
He's like probably like 8 or 9, I would say.
I want to bully this kid. I don't even know him.
Why?
Man buns, bro. Come on.
Listen, it's not.
You can't grow hair.
now.
bro.
No.
Who
Man
cares?
buns. Come on,
First
bro.
of all, I said man bun after, but originally I started with just bun because it's a bun. It just happens to be on a boy. So technically it's a boy bun, 1. And 2, who cares?
What's your aversion to
Not for you, man. It's okay.
bun?
It just looks so dumb. Especially the little
Yeah,
knots.
some people don't care if it looks dumb. And just because you think it looks dumb,
Everyone thinks it looks dumb. The little knots where it's barely anything there. Like, bro, just let it down. Nobody
he's
cares that much.
9 years old. Who cares?
Let him grow his hair, but don't give him a little
Is
knot.
your offense to like the tiny little ones?
Yeah.
Or, like the man, like if someone has like a full.
That's okay. I get that. Like, I mean, it's still kind of, but I think all hair on men looks weird. But the little knob,
Wonder why.
I've been
Jealous, bro.
I've been buzzing my head forever. I had hair. I had the chance to have hair, and I thought it was stupid.
His hair was always thin. I knew this guy a long time.
Yeah, I had great hair. I know. Thank you. I'm taking that as a compliment.
He said thin.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
No, it's not.
What would you consider your hair?
Well, considering I bought it, it's thick.
What about the rest of it?
It's thick too. It's
That's
just
thick.
short.
thin hair.
No, it's
That's
not.
not a good thing.
Angel hair over here. We're going to call her
I
Angel
love
Hair
angel
Maura.
hair pasta. I make it up.
All right, we'll go back to tattoos since everybody's offended by my hair takes. So my girl's getting a half sleeve.
Okay.
And she's been getting this for over a year. How long should it take to get a fucking half sleeve?
It really depends on what she's doing.
She's just filling it up with color. Let's just say that minimally. Like there's like flowers, a woman's head.
I'm so annoying. I'm sorry.
No, fix it.
Okay.
Please.
I'm like,
I don't
can't
care.
help it.
My hair's a hot mess.
No, it looks great.
I mean, it's been taking over a year.
I know on camera how I get.
And he said it was going to take 4 sessions. It's been like 6 or 7 sessions. It's not even halfway done.
That's tough because it really just depends on what the sleeve is. I mean, and every artist is different. Like I have an artist at my shop, Drew. He is so talented. I have never seen someone tattoo that fast in my life. He could finish a sleeve in like 2 days. He could probably finish in a day if he put his mind to it. It's crazy. But some people, like, if it's like a color realism piece, then, like, that takes patience. Like, that takes time. That takes a lot of, like, layers and building. Like, it's a lot. So if she's just getting, like, flowers with, like, solid one color, then that's a little questionable.
Yeah, it's taking forever. But
Yeah.
he's giving her, like, free sessions because it's taking so long.
How, like, do we know how experienced he is?
Oh, like, he's, like, the manager there. Like, he's taking this
Okay,
long.
so he has a crush on Ash.
I mean, if
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker. He's doing it for free. Like the fuck.
If
Who's
he's
gonna tell
giving
him?
free sessions, then either he knows he's been fucking around and not using his time wisely, or I mean, yeah, like he might be trying to like steal your girl.
He met her through his...
You got him messed up.
I'm going to go take a pee and cry for a minute. I got to pee.
Look at him. He's
He's going to
rattling.
text. He's not paying. He's going to text Ash right now. He's not paying. He's going to text.
Listen,
Oh my god.
fucking, I want the number.
He goes in and gets a American flag tattoo. I'm here. No, he gets a picture of Ash. I'm here to get this
is it.
portrait.
Right, you know who it is.
He
was really shook.
He really might be. I mean, my boyfriend was my client.
I'm just still shook. So I can't get a boyfriend, and this bitch has like a waiting list. I think a boyfriend
You can get a
waiting
boyfriend.
list.
You can get a boyfriend. It's up to you to choose.
Yeah, Robbie said I'm choosing, but
I mean, it's good.
I
to
haven't
be
had good
picky,
choices.
Though. That's so.
You're waiting for your choice. It's all right.
It's good to be. Listen, if it was not, I tell my boyfriend this all the time. If it wasn't him, it would be nobody because I had no interest in dating.
I know you didn't
at all.
I know
Yeah,
you were like
oh
we're
my
done.
God. The last time that I like really spoke to Maura, I was like fucking sending her voice memos of me sobbing because I just dumped my boyfriend. Like I was like hysterical.
I'm like send
So
it.
like I was cracking up. I was like on the way here actually laughing to myself. I was like, I'm gonna sit down and tell this girl I have a new boyfriend. And she's gonna be like, bitch, what the fuck?
And I am, but like period.
But he's you know what?
I'm not in a
The
mad
universe,
way.
Like, brought him to me.
I love that.
and I have no complaints. This man is phenomenal. He's awesome.
I love
So,
that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. And also it's like sometimes I just am like coming to the realization like people just play roles for each other in different ways, and like it's fun. Like if you're enjoying it, then enjoy it. Like
Yeah. Our relationship is it's honestly the healthiest, most laid back relationship I've ever been in. He's fucking awesome.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys live together?
We do.
How long have you lived together?
I guess like 2 or 3 months now. It was definitely not planned. It was not supposed to happen that way. It was just life got a little crazy, and it was like the best thing at the time.
Your apartment lease was running out and kind of thing?
No. This is a long one.
I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna find this out either right now or after.
Long story short, ish. I was in a relationship before I was with a previous partner. Things did not work out. I left, and at the time there was nothing. I have a dog, and in my area it was very hard to find a place to live with a dog. Like I couldn't find anywhere, or it was like astronomically priced, and I wasn't spending that much money on a little crappy apartment. So I moved in with a friend, and she had her own situation going on with her current partner, situationship, whatever, he is extremely unwell, and he moved back in. Like, when I went to a tattoo convention one weekend and I came back home, and he was like living in the house, and him and I don't get along. So my boyfriend was like, why don't you just come stay with me right now, and like until you find an apartment that you want to live in? And I've just been there ever since.
So it was a little ambiguous with how. So how did you find this guy between your old relationship and this one?
This is where we're gonna have to break it to him.
Yeah. So this was
Her client.
my client, actually.
I got that part, but like,
So-
did you know this client prior to breaking up with your ex?
Yes. So
Did
like,
you have interest in this person before you broke up with your ex? You're under oath.
Oh my god.
I have a gavel.
there was like, if there was no infidelity involved, if that's like
Was there sexual tension?
No, actually, you know what? He showed up. The first time I tattooed him was when I was an apprentice. I just started, and I remember that day he came in, and it was like I sat down with my best friend. Like, I was like, I'd known him for like 10 years. Like, I'd never in my life gotten along with someone that well. So I was kind of like, I was really thrown off, and I was like, how the, like, you know, and I think that was the moment that I started questioning the relationship I was in. It wasn't even about the guy in general. It was just about the fact I was like, how did I just have a deeper conversation like with someone I've known for 5 minutes versus the years I've been with my current partner? So like, he followed me, and everything was platonic. Like, there was no flirting, you know, like every once in a while he would, you know, like a story or whatever. So like, he made it clear that he was there, but he was very respectful. And then somehow I ended up going to a bar with my friends, like towards the end of the relationship I was in, and he showed up at that bar, and like, we just kept running into each other basically. And like, we live an hour and like 20 minutes away from each other. So like, we just kept running into each other. And
This guy's good.
Running into. Did you post on your stories?
no.
Yeah, she's
No,
not
actually,
like
like I actually didn't. So he
Tracking
lived
device,
in that
huh?
area.
I gotta search your car after this, because it's been since the beginning you've been talking about this guy. I feel like he made this a
Well,
chance.
that's like Carrie and Big in Sex and the City. They just kept running into each other.
That's, yeah, like he, you know.
But an
even in
hour
that
and 20
moment-
minutes.
Well, so the bar was in his township. So I mean, I went with my friends. I wasn't going there. For
So
that
you're the
reason.
creep.
I'm not.
Oh, shut up.
And then he actually asked to see me when I was still in a relationship, so I said no. And then I broke up with the person I was with at that time, and I broke up with him maybe like a month or 2 months later. And then after that, he asked if I wanted to hang out, and we did. And I don't know, like, we just get along. Like, we're just, it's
I can't
like
figure out who the
best
creep.
friends.
I can't figure out
I
where
love that.
what mouth has the mustache on it. Which one's the creepy one?
Mustache.
The mustache on the mouth,
Maybe it's
because
the both of us.
you both are creepy.
Maybe we're both creepy. I don't know.
2 mustaches. Mustache rides all around, huh? So he's a pretty good customer. What makes like a good customer in a tattoo shop?
Someone who is clear with their communication and they know what they want, because a lot of the times people will come in and they genuinely have no idea what they want.
I would love to get a sleeve. No idea what to put on my arm for the rest of my life.
I swear to God, it happens all the time. You know, I actually just stopped responding to those submissions, because I've literally had people be like, hey, I want some on my arm, but I don't know yet. Maybe like a butterfly or like a jaguar or something. And I'm like,
Jaguar.
what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? But I mean, yeah, I've had people come in before. I had one girl actually that was like, hey, like, what'd you draw up? And I was like, well, we're going to talk about it now, because like, I'm not really sure what you're going for. And she's like, well, I think like maybe a panther or like a moth, or I don't know. Maybe
Fucking moth.
Or like
Why would you get a moth
all
on
the
you?
time, all the time.
A moth.
I have a moth. I know.
Why?
Hey now.
Wait. Why do you have a moth?
Because I have like a nature sleeve going.
But a moth?
Yeah.
There are things that go in people's like closets and people put mothballs in there. Why wouldn't you just get a butterfly? Are you doing the antithesis of the butterfly because you're like a cool punk rock chick? Is that what you're going for?
I mean, no. I just like.
You have a closet
not
tattooed
all
on you?
moths are like creepy.
But they're always in closets. That's all I know about moths.
They're not.
So do you have
They
a closet tattoo
they
on your
go
arm? Is that what you
towards
got?
the light. How about that?
Okay. Do you have a light bulb on your arm?
I don't.
She is the light bulb.
So what else is around this
And
moth that you have
what?
tattooed on you?
Flowers and a mouse. You asked.
I was gonna say, so why not a
I was
butter?
going to get when I went to see her, but I
Um,
wasn't supposed to get anything, but still.
You were gonna get a moth on you?
No, but magically on some fairy garden shit, her client that she had after Marissa canceled. So then she was like, let me tattoo you. And I was like, okay. And then we were like, what are we going to do? And we were just sitting there like, fuck if we know. I don't know.
You were you thinking about blowjobs the whole time because you got a Tinkerbell?
No. So we were actually sitting there and we were like just thinking of cute little ones that we could do. And then I was like, oh, I'll do a moon. And she was like, well, I think that you should do a fairy because I want to put a fairy on you because she liked fairy garden. That's how we connected.
Yeah.
And then I went and I looked up fairy tattoos and there was a fairy sitting on the moon. And I was like, oh, it's perfect. It's both of ours.
Yeah, that was
And then that was it.
Right, that was the
It's
one.
pretty good. It's a pretty good mix.
So it's not actually Tinkerbell. It's just a fairy. And she had a star in her hand, but we changed that to a heart so that she could give love.
Right. I do remember that now.
And then what? So what makes a bad customer?
People, and I know that I'm going to offend some people by saying this, but it's always the people that get the really, really tiny tattoos. 70% of the time, they are so difficult, and it's just because they want a tattoo that's like this big. It's like the tattoos that are so small you can't even see them. And then they're like, can you move it a little bit to the right? Like 30 degrees to the left. Can we flip it in reverse? Can we do this? And then after moving it like 12 plus times, they will look me dead in the fucking eye and be like, I liked where you put it in the first place. And I'm like, you know, I have to do like the customer service smile where like my eyes twitching, but I'm like, no problem.
That's so smart. You're
I'm
right.
Like, you're fucking covered in fucking stencil now, but no problem.
I'll find the first one.
I can't even see it. It's cool. And I have to, oh God damn it.
How much should you tip a tattoo artist?
Tips really aren't expected, but 20% really is it. The idea is that you want to cover the cost of the supplies. You want to at least contribute to it. Just because when you work in a tattoo shop, you're obviously not profiting off of everything that you charge. You're not taking all of that home. So tipping kind of like offsets a little bit of the money that you're getting taken out from the tattoo.
I've always done 20. I've only had one tattoo, but I've always heard $20 for every $100. So that's 20%. So that makes sense.
Yeah, like that's good.
All first witness.
Swear, tell the truth,
The name of the
whole
game is
truth,
Plead the
nothing
Fifth.
but the truth.
You can't handle
It wasn't that loud.
She just had no idea it was coming.
Yeah, I'm trying to sneak the Plead the Fifth in there, so people are like,
Got me.
thinking coward. Sir, you're out of
people have no idea it's coming.
further.
The name of the game is Plead the Fifth.
Plead the Fifth.
If you can't tell from everything that's being said right now,
Gotcha.
and the thing I'm always talking over because I always do it, and everyone always does. No matter what anyone says to me, I check it all over me, and I haven't even been drinking that much. The name of the game is Plead the Fifth. What's going to happen is I'm going to ask you 5 questions.
Okay.
During this game, you can plead the fifth once and only once. But if you do, you'll have to take a shot.
So pleading the fifth means I'm guilty, correct?
It means you're not going to answer the question.
Oh, okay.
So you're refusing. You have 5 questions.
Okay.
You can plead the fifth once and only once.
Okay.
Question 1. What is the worst tattoo you've ever done?
As in like worst quality?
Just when you think of the worst tattoo you ever put on somebody's body, which one is it?
One that I did on myself.
What is it? Where is it?
It's a girl carrying a leopard. It's the first tattoo I ever did, and it is absolutely atrocious.
Is it on your foot?
It's so bad.
I can't really see, and that's not a fart. It's just the chair. Robbie?
It's rough.
I can't see it because it's dark, but we can see it later.
It's bad. It's bad.
Question 2. Who is your worst regular customer?
I plead the fifth.
You already plead the fifth? Hey, how about this? I'll give you a check.
Listen.
I'll give you a check point. You can come back to it if you can't
Regular
answer.
customer.
Okay.
You don't want to lose the regular
I
customer.
was gonna say
I'm not disagreeing.
I don't want to offend anybody.
What is the worst tattoo you've ever seen on somebody that wasn't done by you?
I've seen a lion that was very obviously free-handed or done in a basement. I don't know. Really bad though.
Was it
Really
colored or
bad.
was it just black?
It was just black, but like the forehead of the lion was probably like this big.
Oh, it was big and bad?
Oh, it was so bad. It was just the whole chest. It was- I felt bad for that person. I was like, oof, that's rough. It's a lot of money for removal.
Question 4. Who is the last person to text or message you that your significant other would not like text or messaging you?
My ex, but he knows. Like, I don't mind telling him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question 5. Who is the worst tattoo artist you know personally?
He's looking for a name.
Yeah. Not that guy. Not that guy down the street. So you can either you don't have to plead the fifth at all, but you have worst regular customer or worst tattoo artist you know personally.
To be really honest, I don't know someone personally that's a bad tattoo artist.
The worst one. I didn't say a bad one. I said the worst one you know.
Like they're mean or something?
No,
Like,
they're
they're
just not a good tattoo. Like in comparison to everyone else you know, this one maybe he's a 9. Everyone else you know is a 10. Who's the 9?
Me.
Dude, I gotta get that question out of there. Damn it! I gotta get that.
I have to be honest though, like I'm a baby tattooer, so I mean everybody I know is phenomenal. They're so much better than me. They've been in the field for so long. I don't know anybody who's actually like bad.
She's still like trying to be a student to the game, so she ain't gonna put no shade on no one that
I'm
she's
not
learning
getting my
from.
shit rocked. Yeah.
All right, so let's go getting shit rocked. Worst regular customer. You can either plead the fifth and take the shot, or you can just.
I can answer, but you're probably gonna be like, that doesn't count. My
Okay.
sister. My fucking sister, man. God damn it. She's the worst. She's the worst when it comes to tattoos. It's so bad.
What's so bad about her?
She can't pick. She wants a new tattoo every day. Every day I wake up to like 17 different photos of tattoos.
Is she covered in
Nuh-uh.
tattoos?
No, she's covered in tattoos that she did because I didn't move fast enough for her, so she ordered a kit off Amazon and did it herself.
Do they all?
A
What's the
tattoo
worst-
kit?
What's the worst tattoo she
They
has
have
on herself?
tattoo kits on Amazon?
You can get like a tattoo machine on Amazon. Yeah, you can though. You can definitely just order a machine off Amazon.
That is insane.
She tattooed "Love Is Pain" on her arm because she's in her teen angst years.
She's a teenager.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, she's 20 now, but whatever. She's still a child in my eyes.
That's crazy. The things you can get, if we could have got stuff off the internet like they do now.
My little brothers did the same thing. They got tattoos. Their thighs are all tattooed up because
Yeah.
they learn. Some
Yeah.
of them ain't too bad, but yeah.
Yeah, like she actually
The kids
This
do
is
that. That's what kids
crazy.
do. Yeah.
She actually did like a decent job as far as like depth of the machine, like not blowing all of her tattoos out. Like they weren't done properly, but obviously like there was no stencil, so it's like she just drew like "Love Is Pain" on her arm when she went through a breakup, and then tattooed it on her arm. And I was like,
As a teenager, bro, imagine that.
Man, why would you do that? And it's huge too. Like it's a big tattoo. Like it's not even like she did like a little one. Like she.
Where's it out on her body?
Like it's literally just all this. Like it's just like "Love Is Pain" with like teardrops.
She could have at least did Pain Is Love Ja Rule album, you know what I mean? Good
Yeah.
album.
She's too young. She doesn't even know who Ja Rule is.
Yeah.
She heard
it's
about him from
bad.
Fire Festival probably, but other than that, she has no idea who Ja Rule is. Do you
Fire
know who Ja Rule is?
Festival.
Me?
Yeah.
Fire
I've performed
Festival.
with him a few times. Yeah.
Maura, why are you saying Fire Festival like that?
What the fuck is Fire Festival?
That's the festival.
Oh,
that
come
quickly
on,
shut
Mar.
down.
He's talking about. I don't think it was called Fire.
It might have been called something else.
No, it was called Fire. FYRE. Fire Fest.
I forget what it's
Yep.
called, but remember on the island and they were giving out
Fire
torture sandwiches
Festival.
and-
Okay, fine.
Count it.
He got the receipts.
I got the Google
I'm
receipts.
like, is he talking about Firefly?
No, isn't that a band?
No, that's a
Okay,
festival
thank you.
too, but it's different. It's different.
See how that just
Firefly is a band,
itself
though.
that
up.
came full
I don't know
circle.
that. I don't know that answer.
So how often are people like falling asleep when you're tattooing them?
Not that often. I have one client who always falls asleep when I tattoo her.
You know what I get nervous about doing anything in my life? This is something I always worry about, no matter where I am. Farting. Do people ever fart when you're tattooing them
It has not happened to me,
that you know of?
but
Right.
it did happen to my mentor once when she was tattooing someone's inner thigh.
Was it a sneaky one?
Yeah, it was loud. Too. Like, it was loud.
I'm always nervous about it. I'm like,
I would get up and leave.
Justin, you don't seem too nervous here when you're farting all over the place.
Right,
before we start.
literally.
well, not when the guest gets here. I don't want to fart unless it's a dude. If it's a dude, I rip no matter what. So I am holding my butthole super tight right now. You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
He farts on me the whole time. Before
Yeah,
you
before the show, I let him rip. And if Mauras here, I don't care.
Yeah.
But and there's dudes here, I don't care because they usually find that kind of funny. And I don't care if Maura finds it funny. I find it funny that Maura doesn't find it funny. So that's why it's funny to me. That makes sense,
I
Robbie?
don't give a
Yeah,
shit
that
if
makes
you
sense.
fart.
Yeah, thanks.
Maura, what's your Maura moment? Do you have a Maura moment of the week?
I don't.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. Well, how about you think about it? I'm going to ask Tay this question. Tay, what's your most controversial take on sex?
I wasn't expecting that. I don't. I'll have to think about that one. I don't know.
You guys both don't know? Well, Maura, what was yours? Yours was that you can do it by yourself?
Oh no, but I don't think that's controversial.
You can do it by yourself. I think it's something that everyone says 2 to tango, but you go solo dolo, right?
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean,
you
I
have
guess
to sometimes.
You can do it
You
just
gotta
as
work
good
with what you got.
by
Like,
yourself. I guess that could be controversial.
Yeah,
Like,
you
do it
could.
just as good by yourself as you could with somebody else.
So you're saying your boyfriend, what are you saying about him?
My boyfriend and I have fires.
awesome.
What makes it so fire? Is he missing teeth and he does the tongue to the teeth kind of thing? Well, hockey player.
Is there a line of like what's too inappropriate to say on the podcast?
Here? Absolutely
You
not.
can say whatever you want. here.
We normally show porn on here, so go on.
My boyfriend's basically like a pleasure dom.
So he makes sure you get off and he doesn't care about himself?
No, I mean like I care about making sure he enjoys himself, but like he is. Both of our love languages very much quality time and like physical touch, and we both have a very high sex drive. And he is a pleasure dom, so it just like we have sex a lot.
How much is a lot?
Probably like twice a day.
That is a lot. Well,
yeah.
you're under a year in, so
And that's what. So it was actually a lot worse. Like the first few months,
like when you say worse, you mean less, like less
as
times?
no, like way
More.
too
Oh,
much.
no,
Like,
that's it was better. You
There
mean.
was times where I had to be like, babe, enough. Like I can't anymore. Like I need a nice pack. Like I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, for the first year of a relationship, I think like 5 times a day. Like me and Ash started like 6 times for the first 6 months, like 5 times a day. I think we did it.
What?
Yeah.
I was working from home and she wasn't working.
Oh yeah.
She had off. She had got injured at work, so she was just always home. I had my underwear off more than I had it on, and it stopped because my dad walked in on us in the living room.
Ooh,
She was under the covers, and then he walked up, and I said, "Oh,"
that sucks.
and that kind of put an X-nay on that. Yeah. So
Yikes.
That's a lot, guys.
yeah, it was,
5 times a day.
it was a lot of sex.
There's a lot of times where I really have to be like, babe, I can't believe I'm the one saying like this is too much sex right now. Because like, damn.
What's your guys' like biggest kink in the bedroom? She got red there.
Wow. Okay. So
you don't have to say anything you don't want to say.
I mean, I don't mind that
Okay,
much,
just
really.
saying.
I mean, I don't even
You
think I
are.
could call it a kink. It's just like he really likes making me squirt.
Uh-huh.
So it's like he has to do it all the time.
sick.
All of the time, like constant.
Do you ever fake squirt? Like, do you ever just hold a little pee in there just to end it quicker?
No.
Does he ever use the?
Even if I could, he just knows exactly what to do. It's like it takes him like 2 seconds, and I'm just I actually got to the point now where I'm mad because I'm like, we just fucking washed the sheets. Like Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I want to promote this man, whoever he is.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, no one ever cared to see me squirt. The fuck?
Oh, it's obsessive.
Does he use the hockey stick?
You're done. I wish I had the fucking gavel.
You Mars Mike. We're getting good here.
No. He's like no hockey stick play.
Thank
Oh,
God.
jeez.
None of that.
Well, I mean,
What, like spanking with a hockey stick?
yes.
Is that what you're referring to?
I mean, whatever you want to do with a hockey. I'm not one to tell you what to do with your
What would
guys'
you
hockey.
do with a hockey stick?
I mean, there's only one thing
That's a
a
good
guy can
question.
really do. A guy can only really do one thing with a hockey stick. A girl can do multiple. I mean, I guess I could be spanked too. So I guess 2 things can be done to a guy with a hockey stick.
I would never want to insert a hockey stick inside myself.
I'm not saying that. I was saying I could sit on it or you could spank me. I'm not saying that I would put it inside of me.
Okay.
Yeah, I was definitely saying.
I'm done. You lying ass. Please, that's exactly what you did.
Hockey! Maura, you would be into, I think Maura would be into like a football guy because she's really into humping watermelon. So I think she could get off with a football.
I never humped a watermelon.
But you said if you were to use a fruit to come.
I would use a watermelon, but I never did.
A watermelon, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. That was just what I came up with that day. I totally forgot bananas existed.
I feel like the first thing I would do is go for a cucumber.
Or a cucumber.
Well, we went fruit. So what about fruit for you?
fruits.
right.
Hockey stick?
Like a watermelon is so like cooling and it's like
like, this is self-care. Actually, this is the equivalent to
But
like
I couldn't
an
put
under-eye
it in.
patch.
I couldn't put it in. I would use it on, like I would get my pressure.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. But I
get
think
that.
I think a football would be good for you then, or maybe a soccer ball. Basketball. There's a lot of ridges though. The ridges hurt or help?
I just need the
I
man
feel like that would hurt.
of the sport. I don't need the sport utility things.
Well, I was thinking for you for your next adventure with a man.
Right.
You've done the UFC guys. You've done all these things. Soccer guy probably would have been the best for you actually. It's soft, a little bit of ridges, not that bad.
What would you say for UFC? Like they don't have anything.
I know. I'm trying to get you back in with something
Glove.
good. Yeah, glove. Yeah,
They don't
maybe
even use gloves.
a cup.
That could work for pressure.
It could work. Yeah, it could.
I guess I don't think there's anything that, like for a sport that a guy could fuck. I'm trying to think of like something I can put my dick in. Rob, you got anything? What would you put your dick in?
Vagina.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Straight answer.
Women can't play sports, Robbie. You're silly.
Oh my god.
Maura, you got a moment yet, or are you just?
Actually, I can think of something. So, without giving too much information, dating has like the fact that I'm single has been coming up a lot, like almost in like a researching way, but not from me, like from someone else asking me dating questions. That has then made me be like, oh, like I don't know, I never thought about it like that. So
Like me, like asking about you fucking footballs.
sure, but like no, not sex related per se, but. So like I've just been like questioning the way I've dated, who I've dated, things like that, like what is dating even?
Right.
And so I'm trying to like go about it differently right now. And I'm just like down for friends, basically. Like I'm not having sex with any of you, but we can hang out and if you call me, obviously I answer, like, like let's get to know each other before any of this other shit.
Right.
But like some of the guys are, like I can tell who is like someone that I typically wouldn't entertain at all versus someone that I would because of the way that they like treat me and like talk. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so we need to do less of this and more of this. But it's like this other genre of men like exists. So that's my Maura moment is like, you should, if like what you're doing isn't working for you, you should like make a point to intentionally like do something different and see how that starts to work.
That's what I did.
Okay, fire.
I did exactly that.
Yes.
100%.
Okay, so what do you mean?
So for whatever reason, I have always found myself attracted to cops and military men. And it has never worked, not even a little. It has always been so toxic and
That's so random to me that you would be with a cop or
I don't really know. I've actually like tried to figure out like the psychology of why I would find myself attracted to somebody like that. But my current partner is like total artsy, poetic, like little like rocker type of guy, like
Right.
he's not at all like that. And it has been fantastic. It's so successful.
right. That's what
compared
I'm
to
like.
before.
I'm like, okay,
my
stop letting your little like, because I'll like negative self-talk myself
Oh,
about
yeah.
the new guy. Like I'm like, he's to this or to that, and it's like nice.
Right.
Like, he's like
respectful.
asking you questions about your actual life because he's like trying to get to know you. That's weird.
Right.
I think there's a triangle. There's 4 corners of a triangle, obviously. 4 points. There's 4 kinds of people you shouldn't date: cop, military, nurses, firefighter. I date a nurse. I know.
You are military.
And I do not date. You never date them. I dated one before. It turns out she's a whore. They all are. They all cheat because they're always working in close proximity to the other sex. Never trust them. Just letting you guys know that.
Everyone is always working in proximity.
But these
to the
ones,
other
I'm telling you, are
sex.
always cheating. There's more cheating and more divorce than
You're
those.
talking down on yourself, though.
Yeah, you're literally military.
I'm not military anymore.
You were.
Yeah.
You are once. You are forever.
No, that's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
No, I'm saying.
So once
I'm saying.
someone is a whore, they're a whore for life.
Yes, 100%.
What?
Once that label is slapped on you,
You're military for life.
no.
Okay, well, if a whore is a whore for life,
Yeah.
then
an-
military is military for
But
life.
that's a brain. That's the brain you take with you. Once you cheat, you're always a cheater. Once you're a whore, you're always a whore.
Do you think there's instances where cheating is okay
No.
or is understood?
No.
Okay.
Wait, do you?
Yes.
Go
Yeah,
on.
so do I.
Yeah.
Well, Maura, I want to hear Tay say why.
Just saying.
I mean,
If he's your client and
No. I think if you are in a relationship that you cannot get out of and you find like an emotional connection with somebody else, then I think that I can empathize with that. I can empathize and understand. You know what I mean? And when I say can't get out of, I don't mean like somebody who's just like, I just don't want to break up with my boyfriend yet. Like someone who really is in a situation that they cannot remove themselves from. Like,
give an
like-
example that this would be such a dire situation.
I actually just had a conversation like this with a client the other day. She is in an abusive relationship and she has 2 kids with this man.
Define abuse like
Physical.
Okay.
Like physical, I mean like, you know, physical, verbal, but like a lot of physical abuse. And she is a stay-at-home mom, so she doesn't really have the financial support to literally leave, and she doesn't have family that can help her leave the situation. But she has found an emotional connection with somebody, and she's like, I feel, and she berates herself, like she berated herself the whole time. She's like, I'm an awful person, like I can't believe I'm doing this. I've always judged people for doing this. But now she's in this situation where she's like, I just want love. Like, I just want a connection with someone and to have a conversation with somebody. And I found that, but I can't even leave this situation right now. And because, like, I physically have no way out at this time. So, like, in situations like that, I do empathize. I do understand.
all right, physical abuse. You threw me through that one, huh? That's a pretty good one. Physical abuse. I mean,
it's life. You know what I mean? It happens a lot.
You still could leave, but
No, because it's like
She feels
you have
threatened. She's like threatened.
Yeah, it's
and
like when
she
you're
has a
stranded.
house and
Yeah.
it's the father of her kids. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's always like this story to things that, like, even when you're calling somebody a whore, it's like there's a whole story as to how they got to this point where you're like getting this idea about them.
And don't get me wrong, like, I know people who literally just cheat to cheat. They don't give a fuck. They have no self-awareness for, like, what they're doing to the other person. And that is not okay. Like, I look at that and I'm like, that's pretty fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, that's a shitty thing to do. But, like, when you're in a situation where you literally cannot leave at this moment in time because you don't have this, like, the sources to do that, then, you know, the least that person deserves is someone's respect and someone's kindness to have a conversation with them. So it's not even like she's having sex with this person. It's just, it's an emotional affair.
I'll give you the physical abuse. I can't go against that one. So yeah. All right, you got me there. I'll give you that. That's the only time I find it okay.
Okay.
But I do think emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating.
100%. Absolutely.
Way worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Definitely agree.
what about you, Maura? What do you think? Physical or?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know how I feel. I feel like people, like, sex is sex sometimes.
Yes.
A lot of times. I mean, sex is what you make it. So if you're just going into it like, oh, we're just here to have sex, and that's what the other person's thinking too, then that's just that.
Right.
But, like, I think when you really, I think intimacy is like way deeper than sex. I think, like, I've been intimate with people that I never had sex with, but, like, our level of intimacy is like things that I relate intimacy to now.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Like, I dated this one guy, which, like, in my head we were dating. I don't know what he would say, but we lived on opposite sides of the country, but we were like so intimate together, but we never had sex. But, like, we would, like, read together on the phone. Like, we would get the same book and he would read and I would read, and, like, corny things, but it's like, it's you're learning together. You're, like, changing your mind. You're, like, opening your heart. Like, that's intimacy.
It sounds like just a friend.
No.
Well, what were you reading? Were you reading like porn? Like what were you reading?
No, it doesn't have to be related to sex for it to be intimate is my point. So why would I have to be reading porn?
Well, you said you're reading intimate
Yeah, we're
things.
reading just like about, like,
And the Lord said,
well,
on this day,
basically,
there shall be dick.
no.
No?
What? Like, see, why does he do that?
I'm trying to help you. The people are listening, like, what book are they talking
No,
about?
I want to help you. I think you should go to therapy and you can work on things that aren't just related to sex.
What should I work on?
I don't know. Maybe you should read a book that isn't related to sex.
Sex addict.
But, like, he's not.
But I'm not, though. I listen to a lot of
Because he
audiobooks.
listens to classical music. Why?
he listens to
What are you listening to, Tay, over there? What are you listening to when you're having your?
That's how I know
wasn't
he's
making
not a
fun of
sex
him.
addict.
What are you listening to, Miss Squirt? In your Squirt sessions, what are you listening to?
Actually, he has me in his phone as Puddles.
Cute.
That's
I
my
used-
nickname.
I used to call a kid that we called him Puddles because he was so fat his knuckles went in. They were indented into his hand. So now you can think about that next time. But go on. I'm sorry.
How
That was
cheap.
just not fair. I listen to classical. I play piano. I listen to classical music. I like that.
When you're having sex?
Yeah, actually.
Fucking right. Isn't it awesome?
Actually, like when he's hitting it from the back, I just play out a little, like I hit him with like a, Claire de Lune.
You're playing your.
something spicy.
Wait, you're literally playing piano while he's.
I'm kidding.
Oh my god! I was gonna say this is awesome. I gotta tell, Ash needs to learn to do things.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, I'm kidding.
But wait, do you
That would
ever
be
listen to
fun,
classical
though.
music when you have sex, or are you making fun of me right now?
No, I'm not making fun of you.
I feel like I'm not sure now.
I actually don't really listen to mainstream music at all. So classical music I think is beautiful. I listen to that.
See, it's called making love, Mar. Maybe when you get older and you find a
I
man.
would love to make love. I haven't done that in so long, but
But the problem is,
my picker is broken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pickers.
your picker's broken.
Yeah, I pick shitty people. Well, not shitty people. Y'all are good for people that aren't me. Like,
You pick. I've only known one shitty one, but I don't know enough of your past love life to know.
no, I'm not good at picking. But the book was a spirituality book. Thank you very much.
Okay. See, I love that. I think that's awesome.
It's so cute.
Dad
Yeah, that's what I'm
actually,
saying.
Published a book, so like I read his book and like we do that stuff.
You say your boyfriend published a book
Yeah.
about what?
Poetry.
A poet,
So cute.
hockey player, who does squirt sessions to classical music.
He is literally the
Romance.
most.
I want to meet this man.
well-rounded person.
I'm in love with him. I don't know about you. I don't know about everyone listening,
He
but
has
we
long
have him on?
hair.
That's yeah. Oh my god.
you ever pull his hair
He would. Yeah.
Yes.
during sex?
Yeah.
The
Oh
fuck?
shit! Does that feel good for a guy?
He loves it.
Bring them on as a couple, Justin.
I would love.
He would.
I would
love
love-
to do that. He actually.
I
would
have an
love
idea that I've been trying, but I can never talk to Maura ever because she's never anywhere. But maybe I actually
here.
have time to talk to her tonight because we're going to a show. So I actually have a question because I've been thinking about doing. We used to play this game. How well do you know your SO? I don't know if you've ever been here for that, but I was thinking about getting 3 different couples: a newer couple, an unmarried couple who's been together a while, and an older couple who's been married for a long time,
That's an awesome
and seeing
idea.
how well they all know each other. Winner gets. I have a belt, like a WWE belt that says "Best Couple Ever" with the love and then one symbol, and then I don't know, like a cash prize or something to get people to come out. But
That would be like live.
So much fun.
it would be like a show. Like we would have like 3 different situations, like, and then the couples would answer. I would ask them
Like
questions.
little 3 cocktail tables, each couple sitting at them. Little rows on there, and you can sit there and interview them.
Did you see what I put on my story yesterday? Nick Jonas and his girlfriend, like they were doing one of those things, like they get asked questions, and they asked like, what was she wearing on the first date, and she wrote like jeans and a t-shirt, and she was like poo poo or something, and then he wrote like hair parted down the center, red lipstick, like he wrote
he's a girl.
exactly, and I was like, where's my Nick Jonas?
That's.
Yeah, I don't. I want to be able to answer questions like that, like what people were wearing ever. I'd be terrible with that.
You're not detail oriented, but you are.
It's weird because I was a PI for a while, so I should notice things on people.
A
And I could-
PI.
Yeah, private investigator.
I know what a PI is, but when the fuck were you a PI?
When I was going to college, I was doing PI work on the weekends.
What?
I've done a lot of things. Why do you think I know how to
So
research?
you're
people?
like an inspector detector?
Yeah, I know everything about you.
Yeah,
I
right.
just looked down at your feet. I know about you people. I know people like you, pink hairs. Speaking of pink hair, Maura, what do you want to promote to the world? Pink hair?
Love and Then What, INR Studios, Fairy Garden Mindset,
Oh.
TayNic Tattoos, and that's it.
Squirt sessions. Brought to you by
I would love to
I
promote that. I know nothing about
Honestly,
that.
they're-
Tay.
really
Please,
brought us together.
Tay,
bet.
Tay, talk about things you want to promote. Maybe butterflies, maybe squirt sessions, maybe yourself, whatever you want to do. Moths.
Yes. Squirt sessions for sure.
Everyone should enjoy those.
Everyone should. You know what? Intimacy at its finest. Like, my boyfriend and I do a lot of things that are intimate. Like, you ever see, like, that couples game, like, the little card game?
Yeah.
Like, we do that, like, every few days we'll pull a card or two and, like, have a drink and, like, go through them and see, like, learn about each other. But like squirting's up there.
Yes. So like if you were to rank your 3 favorite things that you do in your relationship right now, where does squirting land? Like,
Maybe number 3.
what's the first 2 then? I mean, what's better than squirting? I never squirted before, so I don't know.
I feel like you guys squirt every time.
Yeah, they do. The drama.
We dump. You know what I mean? Ugh.
Okay. All right.
Maybe some people don't,
Like that.
That's Maura.
It
Relax.
wasn't.
That was Maura. For everyone listening, Maura, you got to stop. Maura, I'm having a conversation here. Maura.
Do you understand? You stop talking, then the moan happens, and you keep talking. So that's how they know.
I'm polite, so I let the woman speak. I'm not, I know when you're gonna. I know
All
when
right,
you're gonna
can
moan.
we hear about her favorite 2 things?
Yeah, let's go hear about the other ones.
Thank God.
Okay. So,
Tell us about more of the squirts.
my favorite things to do with my boyfriend are number one, I like to play video games with him. It's super fun. I'm a nerd.
What video game you guys like?
We play It Takes Two, and that game is so much fucking fun.
I've never heard of that. What is that one?
It's on Xbox.
Okay.
It's actually pretty cool.
And what's your second favorite thing?
My second favorite thing is, you know what? Actually, maybe squirting is number 2. Because,
I knew it was gonna move up.
that it's the sex. Like, I just love having sex with him. So I'll put those together. So
That's good enough. We don't even need to hear number 3.
I
I
was
mean,
gonna say, like, those really are like the best things.
makes sense. I mean, I would enjoy squirting. So,
Yeah.
so I want to promote squirting because it sounds like a lot of fun. I want to thank Maura for coming out. Check out Fire Your Garden Mindset. They have clothes. They have mindset coaching. They have Maura. So you can check her out on Instagram, MarBXO. Link will be in the description. I'm always good at that. Check out Iron R Studios for podcasts, music, all those things. And then if you're looking for a green card, he can help you get one of those. He's also Mexican, so that's pretty good in his off time.
See.
Oh my God.
I wanna thank
Are you fucking serious?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I know. Don't feed into him.
I might as well. It doesn't stop. Might as well just have fun with this.
He's Guatemalan. Okay, whatever it is. Splitting hairs at this point. So I want to thank Tay for coming out. If you want a tattoo, that's... What was your small and tiny? Small?
No, she wants...
She wants big
a
stuff.
back piece, that's what's...
Back piece, windows up. That's the way we like to squirt. I want to thank Iron R Studios. I want to thank everyone for coming
I
out.
was going to get her the details so that we could just pitch it one more time.
All right, let's...
For the sake of ask and receive. She wants to do...
I want to do neo-traditional and
Thank you.
micro-realism.
Yes, we
Big
want to do that.
pieces, period.
Yes.
Big. I got big pieces. Come on through. Thank you, Robbie. Hit the button.
Oh my God.
You're so silly, Maura. Keep... of squirting. Definitely call it squirt sessions.